Are you tired of the hassle of paying your property taxes in person? Well, welcome to today's explainer. In this guide, you're going to discover a quick, highly convenient way to settle your property taxes online right here in Escambia County, entirely without the stress and long wait times. We're going to completely simplify the whole process so you can handle it securely from the comfort of your couch.
Seriously, let's just be honest for a second. We all dread dealing with the traffic, hunting for a parking spot downtown or over at the Marcus Point office, and then, standing in those inevitably long lines, especially right when deadlines are looming. It can be incredibly stressful. But today, you'll see just how easy it is to use a remarkably quick digital solution that skips the line entirely.
To make sure you get the absolute most out of this, I've set this up as a step-by-step guide. Here's exactly what we'll be covering today. 1. Why property taxes matter. 2. The online payment process. 3. Avoiding common pitfalls. 4. Optimizing your payments. 5. Frequently asked questions. And 6. Final thoughts and a quick disclaimer.
All right, let's dive right into Section 1, Why Property Taxes Matter, which is really the foundation of our local services.
When you look at your tax bill, you're going to notice two main types of charges. First, you've got ad valorem taxes, which are based on the assessed value of your property. And second, non-ad valorem assessments. Those are basically flat fees set by the Board of County Commissioners or the Pensacola City Council. Now, these aren't just arbitrary bills, they are literally the lifeblood of Escambia County. They directly fund the essential public services that keep our communities safe and functional, things like fire protection, rescue units, street lighting, and stormwater management. So paying this is what ensures our local infrastructure actually keeps running smoothly.
Moving on to Section 2, the online payment process and how to access the digital portal.
Okay, so before you type in any personal or financial info anywhere, security is absolutely key. You'll want to navigate directly to the official portal hosted on the GovHub infrastructure. That's at escambia.county-taxes.com. Go ahead and grab your tax notice or property ID right now so you have it handy. Once you're on the site, look for the official Escambia County tax collector emblem just to make 100% sure you're on the verified platform. Oh, and a super quick technical tip. Make sure you have JavaScript enabled in your web browser because the portal actually requires it to securely process your transaction.
The actual payment process takes just a couple of minutes through 5 really seamless steps. First, you access the portal. Second, you query your account, and it's super easy. You can just search by entering your full name, your property address, or your parcel account number. Third, verify your records to make sure your balances match what you expected. Fourth, select how you want to pay. And fifth, complete the checkout. And I have to say, the batch checkout feature is fantastic. If you own multiple properties, you can literally just add all those accounts into one single digital shopping cart and pay for the whole shebang at once. Then, just print your certified receipt and you are done.
Let's transition over to Section 3, Avoiding Common Pitfalls. We really need to talk about hidden fees and traps.
Listen closely to this one, because the payment method you choose drastically changes your cost. If you go with an electronic check, or e-check, the transaction is 100% free, zero extra cost. But if you decide to use a credit or debit card, you get hit with a convenience fee from third-party processors. And guys, this isn't just some small flat fee, it's a percentage. Estimates show this can reach around 3.5% of your total tax bill. On a multi-$1,000 tax bill, that adds up unbelievably fast. So taking a minute to just grab your routing and account number for an e-check is an absolute no-brainer to save some real money.
Oh, and here is another trap you need to watch out for: the partial payment plan. Sure, it sounds helpful if you're in a pinch, but it comes with a massive catch. If you opt for this, they deduct a $10 processing fee for every single partial payment you make. And honestly, even worse than that, you completely forfeit any early payment discounts you might have been eligible for. It ends up being an incredibly expensive way to pay your taxes, so definitely try to steer clear of it if you can.
All right, Section 4, Optimizing Your Payments, and specifically, the discount schedule.
If you want to optimize your bill, paying early is absolutely the way to go. Tax notices are mailed out on November 1st, and Florida law actually rewards you for paying right away with a pretty generous discount schedule. Pay in November, you get a 4% discount. Wait until December, it drops to 3%. January is 2%. February is 1%. And if you wait until March, you are paying the full gross amount due. So there is a real sense of urgency here. Paying online in November is for sure the smartest financial move you can make for your property taxes.
But hey, what if you still want to break up that payment, but you don't want to get hit by the penalties of that partial plan we just talked about? Well, the quarterly installment plan is your best bet. It lets you pay your estimated taxes across 4 equal quarterly payments. To qualify, your prior tax liability has to be over $100, and you can't have an active mortgage escrow account paying on your behalf. The really critical detail here is the timeline. You have to apply for this plan online between January 1st and April 30th. Don't mix that up with the normal winter tax season, or you'll miss the window.
Okay, moving to Section 5, Frequently Asked Questions. Let's clear up some of the usual municipal confusion.
Let's rapid fire through the top questions we see. First off, what if you just didn't get a bill in the mail? Well, under Florida law, it is totally on the property owner to know taxes are due. So even if the bill literally gets lost in the mail, you are still legally responsible to pay before April 1st. Second, if you need to update your mailing address, do not call the tax collector. You actually need to submit a change of address form to the Escambia County property appraiser because they're the ones who maintain the official tax roll. And finally, if you're looking to apply for the homestead exemption to lower your taxable value, mark your calendar because the absolute hard deadline to file is March 1st.
So what is the absolute worst-case scenario? What actually happens if you just fail to pay? Well, taxes officially become delinquent on April 1st. Right away, a 3% penalty gets slapped onto real estate bills, and then advertising costs get added in May. But here is the truly severe consequence. A tax certificate for your unpaid account will actually be auctioned off to third-party buyers on bidescambia.com starting around June 1st. If you leave that completely unresolved, you are literally risking the future loss of your property through a tax deed sale. You really don't want to mess around with this, and the online portal is the easiest way to ensure you never even get close to that point.
And finally, Section 6, Final Thoughts and Disclaimer. As we wrap things up today, I really want to leave you with an empowering thought. Are you ready to skip the line, avoid those crazy 3.5% processing fees by using a simple e-check, and lock in your early payment discount today? Just taking a few minutes to learn this digital portal puts the power completely back in your hands. It turns what is usually a huge, stressful chore into something incredibly simple and efficient. Share this explainer with your neighbors so they can save time too.
And to close things out, I do need to share this with you. This guide is for informational purposes only. Please consult the Escambia County Tax Collector's Office or an official source for the most accurate and up-to-date information regarding property tax payments. The procedures and policies may change over time, and it is the viewer's responsibility to verify current guidelines. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and happy learning.